How's it going, YouTube? Right, you've got yourself a new car and you're feeling all extra modern because it's got CarPlay and stuff like that in it. But one of the things you're finding out with is most of these systems, you have to actually plug it in, and they're not actually wireless. And mine included. It's a 2019 Hyundai Tucson, and to me that's a fairly modern car, but you're still having to plug it in the phone. Every time you get in the car, you sit in, and if you want to use navigation or anything like that, you're having to plug your phone in. It's a bit of a hassle, and then I'm always getting out the car and I'm forgetting to unplug it and I'm leaving my phone in the car. I do it all the time. Well, I used to do it all the time. So what's the answer? There's a really easy way to make it wireless. No frills, inexpensive. You're not interested in any of the streaming services or anything like that that come with these fancy Android systems. All you literally want is your phone to be wirelessly connected when you sit in your car and switch your ignition on and drive off. So you don't even have to take it out of your pocket. There's an answer to that, one of these little dongles. I've got two here today from MSXTTLY, one for CarPlay and one for Android Auto. So if your car supports CarPlay, you want to buy the CarPlay one. If your car supports Android Auto, you want to buy the Android Auto one. And obviously that is respective for the phone as well. So if you're using iPhone, CarPlay, Android Auto, Android. So if your car is CarPlay only, the Android Auto one will not work in it. But if your car supports both, then you can use either and you just buy whichever one you want for your phone. So make sure you're buying whichever one you're supposed to be buying. MSXTTLY are bringing out a new one soon, which will be like both of these dongles in one. But currently, these ones are super cheap, and all you need to do is just buy the right one for your application. These are a super no-frills, quick way of adding wireless to your car. It is literally what I use in my vehicle. I use one of these type of no-frills dongles myself in my vehicle because I'm a boring iPhone user and I'm not interested in customizing and things like that. I just want my phone to connect to my car wirelessly when I get in and drive off, and that is literally it, and that is exactly what these two do here. So I think what we need to do is we'll get on the bench behind me, we'll have a quick look at these. There's not a lot to look at, to be honest, because they're literally a USB dongle. And then we'll go out to the vehicle, we'll have another look at them. Again, there are no frills things, so there's not a lot to look at, but we will have a look at it, see if there's any options. So let's get down on the bench and let's have a look at this now. Right, here we are on the desk. These are the two adapters. These are by MSXTTLY. Currently we have two separate adapters, but they are bringing out a new one, which is Android and CarPlay integrated into one adapter. The best thing you can do with these is choose which one you want, depending on whether you're on iPhone or Android Auto, and then choose the dongle you want that's suitable for your phone. So what I'll do is down in the description, I'll put some links below, and then you can check out these for yourself. They're reasonably cheap things to get, and it makes it very easy just to get rid of those wires on your phone. So let's open one up and have a look inside what you get. Right, if we open this up, inside the box, as you'll see, we've got a few little things in the back. There's some bits dropping out there. Let's take everything out, put it on the desk, and let's just see what you get. Right, user manual, going through the basics of exactly what you need to know and what you get in the packet. You get the dongle itself. As you can see, it's just a USB-A connection, nothing fancy, literally just a dongle. Also in the box is a little right-angled adapter. So if you find this sticking out your dashboard somewhere awkward, what you can do is you can plug in this little right-angled adapter, and then that'll plug in, and hopefully that'll keep that out of the way, so it's not sticking awkwardly out your dashboard. Your other options are, we've got two cables. This one's a nice braided cable. This is USB-C to USB-A, so if your vehicle is USB-C, you can plug that in, and then plug this end into your dongle. Same again on this one, but this is USB-A to USB-A. So if you want to plug that in and then put this dongle out of the way somewhere, you can do that. Like that, just plug it in, and then this has got a little sticky pad, which you also get with it. You can stick it and stick it up on the dashboard. And that's everything you get in the box. I'm assuming this Android one is exactly the same. Looking at the package contents, it is, but obviously one is for CarPlay and one is for Android Auto. But as I said, Make sure you choose the right one for your vehicle. You need the Android Auto if your vehicle supports Android Auto, and you need CarPlay if your vehicle supports CarPlay. Right, here we are in my vehicle. As I said, this is a 2019 Hyundai Tucson. It's not a new vehicle, but it's not what I consider would be old. Down here, as you can see, I've already got a dongle plugged in there. This is a different type from an older video. If I unplug that now, as you can see there, that is where the CarPlay normally plugs into. So we'll do that via a cable. So if I want to use CarPlay in this vehicle standard, what I have to do is I have to plug a cable into there and then plug that into my phone. And then what it does is it sits on this charging pad there, which makes this charging pad, because this is a wireless charging pad, it makes that completely pointless, because then it'd be on a wireless charging pad and plugged into the CarPlay there. So to me it seems pointless having this wireless charging pad. At least now it's got a point, because I've got the dongle plugged in. If I'm on a long drive and I've got navigation, because obviously on a long drive it's going to drain your battery, so what I can do is if my battery starts getting low, then I can take the phone out of my pocket and put it in this wireless charging pad, and you're not playing around trying to plug in cables and things like that while you're driving. Right, so if I just took this cable out of the way while we have a look at the new one. Right, there's my standard screen. This is how it is with nothing plugged in at all. Where it says My Menu there, that would appear as CarPlay if there was a phone plugged in down there in that socket there. So what we do is if we take this CarPlay dongle here, what I can do is I can just plug it in there, and then that'll make it work. As you can see there, it's already started up with Apple CarPlay. So what I can do is if I can press that and go into the CarPlay screen. We'll have a look at that in a second. Before we do that, let's have a quick look at the other bits you get with it. Because as you can see there, it's awkwardly sticking out at a funny angle in my vehicle. There's a few different options, obviously. One of them is not right in my vehicle, but it might be right in your vehicle, which is this right-angled adapter there, which makes it nice and flush. So if you didn't have anything there, that could be plugged in there and it would be nice and flush to your dashboard. Obviously in this vehicle it's not right. Our other option is to do exactly what I do with this one, and we can plug this cable in here, plug the dongle in. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Right, so the dongle's plugged in, and then what you can do is you can get this little double-sided sticky pad here, and what we can do is just stick it up there somewhere nice and out the way, convenient, just like I do with this one. So if I leave that there plugged in, as you can see there, the CarPlay's already started. Let me put this camera on a tripod so we're less wobbly. Right, so there we are, we're on a tripod now. So what we've got is we've got this CarPlay symbol plugged in. That came on within a few seconds, we just saw that. If I press that, I've not connected my phone or anything to it yet. You only have to do this once. This is the black screen of the thing itself. So what we need to do there, you see that BT device, Smartbox C40C. So if I go to my phone's Bluetooth there, wait a second, see if that pops up. There it is, look. Smartbox C40C. Like I said, you'll only have to do this once. This is just to pair your phone. So if I press on that and pair to it, click pair, click allow, sync and everything else, use CarPlay, and then hopefully that should connect and start up CarPlay. There we are. We're into the CarPlay screen now. And that's it, literally as easy as that. We're on CarPlay. Obviously the phone is not plugged in, and we won't have to connect it again now every time I turn this on and on. In fact, let me unplug it. This is unplugging the system. There we are, that's back to the standard. You can see the CarPlay symbols disappeared there because we've unplugged it. So now what I do is if I plug it back in, so see how long it takes to turn on. There we are, CarPlay's appeared. So if I click on that, now it should connect to the phone. And that's how long it takes to get in. And it will do that now every time we turn the ignition on the vehicle. So all you do now is literally get in the car, start your car and drive off, and it's all set up. We can just leave that dongle down there, stuck out of the way, And then it's all connected and wireless and nice and how it should be from the factory. I don't know why they don't come with the wireless CarPlay from the factory, to be fair, because it's not a difficult thing to do, is it? But we do find a lot of these cars do come with wired CarPlay. Right, and that's literally it. There's nothing to them at all. That's literally just a dongle that replaces a cable. And they work perfectly fine. I'm assuming this Android Auto one is exactly the same, but as I said, my vehicle is CarPlay, so I can't try this one out. But I would assume it works in exactly the same way as this CarPlay one here. So check out the description for yourself. These are a really cost-effective way of removing the cable from your vehicle. As you can see, I run one of those dongle things myself because I just find it really convenient. So like the video if you liked it. Comment below anything you want to comment, because I do like reading your comments. Subscribe if you want to see more, and you want to see more on this camper build as well. And I'll catch you again in another video. Cheers.